Hello everyone, welcome back to Walk With Me Gaming. We are back to playing What Remains of Edith Finch. Still have trouble remembering exactly. So, we just found out about the Scream Queen teenager who got murdered by monsters.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Oh, yeah. So we learned in the comic the secret of the music box. So, and yeah, so here's all the doors, and you can look in them to see. So from the outside, obviously all we can see is these little things.
Until America grew out of it.
So we can check all our siblings' rooms and everything. Is this the thing I can do yet?
Third floor stairs on the night we left.
Oh no. Guess we'll have to get to that.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Well, she was the famous one, so makes sense. So whose rooms are here? Oh yeah, this is Grandma and Grandpa.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
I would not want to have your portrait painted, considering that she does it for...
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
So, Gregory. We'll come back to Gregory. Calvin.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
I would be very unhappy with that.
All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Well, your mom was very cautious about letting you play too much with it. And Molly. Let's see Molly's.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Yeah, that part kind of affects things. Look out, there's monsters behind you. It's so quiet. Which room is this? That doesn't have a name on it.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Interesting. That's kind of cool. So why'd you seal up the library? It seemed kind of unnecessary. Alright, let's do it. Wind and wind and wind and wind and just keep going. Never mind. Perfect. Very effective. That is really cool. So many secrets. This is the kind of house that every kid dreams of having. Like, I feel like it can't be just me, right? Like, to have a puzzle house with hidden passages and secret walls and locks to everything that you can hide and sneak around in. This is, I would dream of, like, this would seriously be the most fun I could imagine.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
That's fair. That's the miniature slide. The first... Any bloodstains? Gotta be careful with that bandsaw.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Some nice storage space there. Can't even imagine what a house like this would go for, actually.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
She wasn't.
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
The sound of the generators. This is a crazy part.
I remember asking Mom once about where
so
Walter
dark.
had gone.
Uncle Walter.
She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
But he couldn't leave the house.
If there's a pattern in all these stories...
Propane. Tasty beans.
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Toy trains. Walter. The secret land of Walter. And all the places he couldn't go. God, he was almost 50. He stayed down here for years. Alright, let's hear Walter's story. This is an interesting one.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
God, can't even imagine. Just
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week.
But you've got tinned peaches. Can't beat that.
But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane.
I guess at least if you have a radio, you can listen to whatever's
Having a schedule,
whatever's new for the day.
even for today.
Dude, you're gonna
I
get
was
tetanus
expected to be
of that.
dead tomorrow. But if you
Couple
wait
years
long
in, no big deal.
enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster.
We're hitting
on
the
other
Groot
side of the
swinging
door starts to
70s.
feel normal. Almost friendly.
The monster on the other side of the wall. I
And
like
then one
that
day,
spice rack,
everything
and yet
stop.
that doesn't seem right.
Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or
Maybe I
just
got tired of
being
waiting.
Afraid.
Just gulping down peaches.
It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting.
I'm gonna go fight the
I
monster.
have to leave. Well, I still can.
Can't even walk back. So dark. Sorry if you guys can't see like what's in it, but I mean, you've got about the same view as I do, so sorry. It's just a dark game. Is there a button I can do to like turn this up? Hang on. Is there options for that? No, not really. Brightness. Well, it's already pretty bright, but whatever.
I know it's out
It's
there somewhere.
Tunnels dug. With your coloring books? Oh no, that's cereal.
Whatever
Colorful
killed
creatures, about the same. Whatever killed Barbara.
Barbara and Molly
Oh,
and Calvin.
the garbage dump. And peanut butter. He's...
Maybe this is all a mistake.
Yeah, probably.
But I need to stop living the same day. Even if it kills me.
Well, don't camp out in your basement. We escaped. There it is. We're gonna be
Whatever's out
free.
there, I want you to know I'm ready for it.
I wonder what that horrible rumbling could be.
I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food.
Go to a different
I
country
don't
and get
mind if I
something
only have a
tasty.
year left.
What about if you only have a day left?
Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day.
What a
I can already
beautiful,
imagine
beautiful
the
day it
sun
could be.
on my face.
Oh, it's so tragic. Like it's almost macabre humor. Like it's like
Walter died when I was 6.
like you know it's so
Can't believe
sad.
My mom never told me he was down here.
Like you just have no clue of like what to expect
I'm
with
sure
this
my
game
mom
because
was
it's
trying to protect me.
it's so dark and unpleasant, but it's also like comical in a way. He made himself a window. Ugh. You would have to. I mean, to be completely without sunlight for years. Ugh, I can't even. No, thank you. Down we go.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
I'd be afraid of that too. We got there tomatoes,
But if she never told me
beans,
about an
greens,
uncle
potatoes,
under the
tomatoes.
house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Oof.
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
untouched. Look at all that trash. Woof. That's been fermenting for a while. Speaking of gross, disgusting things, I just got myself sick today. Yeah, so strange situation. I'm pretty sure I have an allergy to marijuana.
Or maybe two.
Maybe two.
I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself.
Understandable. Luckily, there's no train coming now.
Found out what happened to everyone else.
But
now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem.
Scare yourselves to death.
Maybe we believed so much in a family curse. We made it real.
Aw. Should put a can of peaches on there. No train's coming this way. But yeah, I have now tried.
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
Yeah, don't perpetuate the stereotype. What is out there? Looks like it's floating. I tried weed once on vacation, and that didn't go well. I ended up very dizzy and vomiting for hours and just feeling miserable. And then today I decided to try some gummies, and that went about as well as before. Unfortunately, I had about the same reaction. I got very dizzy, very sick, and ended up throwing up horribly. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to be trying anything weed related anytime soon. It just went so bad.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
So she's writing this for her future child.
People in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
This is a nice little camp out. Seriously, I can't even imagine what a house like this would go for. Even in a state like it is now. Like, this would still be an amazing home. That tree is super cool.
And when you look at the house,
you will
that
know.
History of imagination and stubbornness and madness. Any of that seems possible.
Stubbornness, madness. Yeah, that sounds about right. That dreaded swing. No one else is allowed on that one anymore. Can't go over there. Let's see. We've already seen this. That peephole.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
That is pretty unpleasant sounding.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one.
All the birds.
Mine and 2 had been my fault.
Oh, that's too many, guys. I hate those names. Zerpy, Lurpy, Furpy, Chirpy, Burpy, Derpy, and Derpy Jr. Guys. Oh, those were birds. I was like, those lasted a while, but they're birds, that's why. Birds live a while. There's a lot of... What's that name? Shatsy? Bailey. Aw. I mean, it's cute.
Sven
it's
built
sad.
The house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Of course it was. So Edie's been all on this. Molly. She died thinking she was a cat. Calvin went to the moon. Sven cut his hands off, probably. Edie, I don't know if they tell you how Edie dies. That's not our property anymore. What else we got here? Walter. Oh, that's a cool one. Tiny little man underground. Barbara the Star. Now we'll get to some more.
I'm sure Odin's
Some more.
monument had been Edie's idea.
Probably.
My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
Aw.
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
The house.
Edie's side was always
Did I miss something? Oh, here's more. Wait, which way should I go? I go this way. Nope. Press the button. I want to see what's over here, if anything. Oh. It's funny how you just turned a corner and then suddenly you realize there wasn't much to see.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
That's pretty cool. That would be neat. So she was... Yeah. So now we move on. See the rest of the graves. Who else do we have?
The older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
Woof. Sam. Little baby
Her dad
Gregory.
had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Aw. So this was your mom's siblings. That makes sense. So we know Sam. He was the army dude, right? Gregory. Gus. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it was. I think that's what it was. Gregory and Gus. We haven't gotten to them yet.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Louis Finch, Sanjay Kumar. So this was your dad. This is Edith's dad, Milton.
We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
Aw. And that was Edith's brother, I think. I can't remember. It's such a massive family and so much death. It is sad.
I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along.
It's a deep game, just full of this sadness that you don't expect. Because again, like these deaths are almost cartoonish, like they're comical in a way. But if you put it in the concept of a real person losing a real family member, it's absolutely tragic.
But looking back on it now,
it's sad stuff. It's a touching story.
If she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Not ideal, no. Look at that shadow work. That's great shadow work there. Get on there. Whew. Careful now. Careful now.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Mm. Stoic and depressing, right? Alright, Grandpa Sam, what do you got for us?
They were both pretty intense.
Oh, that's right.
Instead of hiding from
he
death,
never went in the room
Sam
again.
seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Yeah. Soldier, hunter.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Oh, there's little Edie. And her brothers, who are dead. Ugh, that makes it sound so much worse. So, even... Look at that picture. He looks like he looks like he's like retirement age, but he was only 33. Ugh. It's tragic. Alright, let's see what we got. I guess he wasn't too bad with the camera. Who was this? Who do we got here?
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Oh. Can I zoom in? There we go.
It's a hunting trip, Don. Shooting is strongly encouraged. Perfect.
He does like taking pictures. Just
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it?
just
I will
quiet
never
down and
forget
take a
this
picture.
weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take
That's
some
fun.
pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are. Hey!
That's a keeper.
That's pretty good.
Drunk all that coffee. I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff if you want to
Yeah?
survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious.
Okay.
Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
What about the campsite? Is that what I'm looking at? Hot dogs. Tackle.
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip.
Aw.
Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere.
Alright.
Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph?
Like what?
I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time. Give me a minute to check the map.
Okay.
You don't need to waste any more film on me, kiddo.
I'm gonna. Where's it? What is that? Oh. Hey, hey. Found something.
Good eyes, Don.
There it is.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Alright. Where is she? There you are.
Dad,
You got this. You got this. Come on now.
Behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong.
Do it.
Now keep yourself squared up, elbows down.
Don't
like
take
we
the
practiced.
picture.
Whenever you're ready.
Just do it. Good timing.
Great shot, Don.
That's a really good picture. If you're able to get the moment you shot, all.
I'm proud of you, Don. Always
Oh,
remember that.
This is
okay?
so weird. Like, you control him without the camera following. Feels so wrong. Hey, it's okay.
Sorry, Don. Just gotta reset the timer.
Do it, do it, do it. Let's get a good one.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so...
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about.
Dad!
Oh, God. That's a keeper. God. Her mom had to watch her dad die in front of her. He's still got a spaceman for his
of all
brother.
these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
So looking at this now, so we'll learn Edie's stuff eventually. And Sven... Do we learn how Sven died? No, Sven was killed by the dragon. That's right. But, so Edie had 5 kids, so we know all of them now. So we know Molly and Barbara, we know Calvin and Sam, and Walter. They had 6 kids. And then Kay was the only one to survive. And that was her... Sam married Kay. So that was the only one to survive and have kids. And then they had Gus, Gregory, and Dawn, who we haven't gotten to yet. And then Sanjay, who married Dawn and had Lewis, Milton, and Edith. So her brother disappeared, and her other brother, we don't know yet. Gosh, so much sadness. Well, now we've met all the siblings. Look at that. Purple Heart, even. Guy must have had quite the career. Let's see. What year was this? 1950. So he enlisted 18. So that would have been 1968. So he was probably a nom guy. Oof. Oh, hello. What we got here? Oh, is this where we're going next? Probably. No, I don't want to go yet. I haven't finished looking at everything. There's probably not much else to see, but still want to just make sure. He got his own room. Didn't want to share the little room with his baby dead brother again. Okay. Aww. Jeez. Oh, this room. Oh, that sky. This makes... Okay, if someone built this house in real life, I'd pay just to go to it. I'd pay just to see it like a museum. This would be so cool. I can't even imagine. I love this house. He had MREs. Of course he did. He was all about that
After Sam
survival.
died, my mom and Edie got really close. They both lost a lot.
Yeah. Them and everyone else in this damn family. A freaking baby gate leading into the ventilation. Oh boy. So now we get to learn about your mom's siblings. Gregory. Not much to Gregory. 1 year old. This one's the saddest.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone?
Shut up, some pump.
Something funny was happening, but
I'm sorry. Aw. Little Gregory.
he saw things the rest of us don't.
Get in there, Froggy. Those are cool. Oh, I'm controlling the frog now. And I can jump. Lovely.
That time's over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie.
Never leave a child in a bathtub. Never leave a child unoccupied, or, yeah. This is just never. Oh. Fun things. Fun things in this very sad thing. Again, like, this is such a cute, adorable moment. And a wonderful to play moment. And it's one of the saddest things in this game. And this game is full of sad things, so.
Lost in his imagination.
Aw. Get it. There it is.
Whatever it was, he saw.
We're being joined.
It sure made him happy.
Aw. Swim with me, Mr. Whale. Get on top of him. There we go.
I know how silly it sounds.
And the bubble bath. Just to add to the madness.
But I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
What does that mean?
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could.
You did not.
Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it.
And there it goes.
Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
Oh boy.
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw. There's so
Oh,
much
boy.
I don't understand.
And now we're a frog.
About everything.
You see what I mean? I mean, this is like, so it's so adorable. The classical music, the little colorful creatures, it's just so cute. And then you know that this is a story of a baby who drowned in a bathtub. And it's just so tragic.
And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Jeez. Oof. God, that's so awful. There's nothing sadder. Okay. Well, where are we at? A half hour. We'll do one more. We'll find out one more story.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet
Gus. 13. What stories do we have about Gus?
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea.
Whose wedding was
Our
it?
father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Well, don't ever make that promise. Because your family's got quite the history with that nonsense.
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
So whose wedding was it?
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I learned.
Oh. Interesting. Stepmom. Huh. Well, that is rough, I guess. But still.
When the time
I
for
mean,
photos
your family
came,
should be
I
pretty
ordered
used to
him
death
come
at this
here.
point.
But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Little punk ass. It's pretty good kite flying you got there. That the statue looks worried for me. What do we got here?
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Oh no. Humans, you should. Oh gosh. Oh, we're causing such a ruckus.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
Well, I'm glad the tent hold up.
The thunder sounded much too
Shame the
close
rest of
and
it didn't.
full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Dad should have been paying attention. Things about to get messy. Oh gosh. Get out of there, everybody! Oh no.
I wish that I could truly say I
That's
thought
pretty
about
cool.
you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
Oh. Well. Another sad tale.
she never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I
Look
was
at
a
that
boy,
punk
they were
haircut.
going to name me Gus.
Aw. Gus. I like our Gus better. We got a cat, an outside cat, and we named him Gus. We named him Ferguson, and then I shortened it to, well, my wife shortened it to Gus. I liked Ferguson better, but we're just having fun. Jump rope, crutches. Is this your mom's thing? Raise flag, breakfast, quiet time. Oh. Oh, of course. This is your dad. The grandpa. The military grandpa. A rock
My
wall
mom
in the
kept
room.
loft after
That's
my brother's
fantastic. Yeah, I feel like I would want to get away
death. At
too
the
if
time, it was as far away as she could get.
yeah. When you know that like both your siblings died and you have a room to yourself, like you'd be like, no, I'm just anywhere but here, please. Aw.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Cute. That's really nice. All right. I'm gonna check out mom's stuff and then we'll move
Religion
on.
was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
That's reasonable. Whatever you can hold on to. You know, I don't fault people for having religious views. I mean, if it makes you happy, if it makes you feel better, then go ahead and use it, but just don't oppress others with it. That's all I ask. If you can be a good person. We could slide down the pole if we want, but I think we'll just end here. So this is it. So we'll see the rest of the family next week and finish this up. So if you like this video, let me know, and there will be more walking sim related stuff later. So that is it for this week, though. Thank you all for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye.